Hello everyone, this is Rachna Sharma and you are watching Food Tech Geeks where I upload videos, lectures, tutorials, career guidance videos, exam videos on food science and technology. In the preparation of any competitive exam, last year question papers play a very important role. So here we have a marathon series on previous year questions of ASRB NET and ARS where I will try to cover as many questions as possible from year 2012 to 2018. So let's start with today's set of questions. Question number 1. Lecithin is used as. So the answer is emulsifier. Emulsifier are those additives which are used to stabilize the emulsions, and lecithin is a natural emulsifier. It is present in various food products naturally like egg, soya, sunflower seeds, etc. Next question. Lecithin is a. Answer, phospholipid. So lecithin is a yellow brown fat substance that consists of a glycerol, two fatty acids, one phosphate group and a choline. So this is the chemical composition of lecithin. Next question. Dash is used in bread for its anti-staling property. So staling of bread is also known as retrogradation of bread. In this, the surface of the bread gets dry up due to the loss of moisture. So for this, we add sodium stearyl 2-lactylate, that is also known as SSL. There are other additives also which are added for having anti-staling property. So they are also known as dough conditioners because they condition the dough in such a way that the deterioration of the bread do not take place at a faster rate. Next question. Alginate is used as a. So the answer is thickener. So alginate is used as a thickening agent. Alginates are natural polysaccharides which are extracted from algae. They act as a thickener agent because they absorb and hold the water and therefore increase the viscosity or the consistency of the food product. So they are basically used in various soups or food products like that. Next question. The anti-nutritional factor present in egg is. Answer, avidin. So avidin is an anti-nutritional factor which binds the biotin molecules. So one molecule of avidin can bind 4 molecules of biotin, and biotin is known as vitamin H. It is important for the healthy growth of hairs, nails, and for the metabolism of carbohydrates. Next question. High amount of hemagglutinin is found on. So hemagglutinins are the naturally occurring toxins. They are the glycoproteins and they are found in beans and legumes. So hemagglutinin can bind to the mucosal cells and thus they will interfere with the nutrient absorption. As they are hindering the nutrient absorption, they are known as anti-nutritional factors. And then it can also bind to and agglutinate red blood cells, and therefore they have got the name of hemagglutinins. Next question. Which of the following is high in protein? So very easy question. We all know that soya bean has a very high content of protein, and therefore it is used as a substitute of meat in meat analogous products. Next question. Goiter occurs due to the deficiency of. So the answer is iodine. Again, a very easy question. So due to the deficiency of iodine, there is a swelling in the thyroid gland and that is known as goiter. Next question. Lactose is a combination of. So the answer is glucose plus galactose. So lactose is a disaccharide which is made by the two monosaccharides, that is glucose and galactose. Lactose is also known as milk sugar because it is present in milk. Next question. Groundnut is the source of which of the following mycotoxin? So mycotoxins are the toxins which are produced by fungi. So various fungi species, like most commonly Aspergillus flavus, they infect the crops and thus they will produce various aflatoxins. So aflatoxin is a type of mycotoxin which is produced by fungi, that is Aspergillus flavus, and it is mostly common in maize, peanut, cotton seeds, tree nuts, etc. So the answer is aflatoxin. Next question. Which of the following is rich in calcium? So the same question I have included in one of my MCQ videos. So the answer is finger millet. Finger millet is also known as ragi. So ragi is having a good amount of calcium, protein and certain other dietary fibers. Next question, low protein wheat is used for the preparation of. The answer is biscuit. So the protein content of the wheat is known as gluten. So on the basis of the gluten content, the wheat variety can be majorly classified into two categories. One is high protein content, the other is low protein content. So the high protein content wheat is used to make the products like bread, pasta, where we need a strong network of gluten. But for the baking of cakes, biscuits, cookies, we do not need the strong structure of gluten, because there we do not need to entrap the air. So as we do not need the entrapment of air, we do not need the gluten structure or gluten network. Therefore we use low protein wheat for manufacturing biscuits, cakes and cookies, etc. Next question, which of the following term is related to starch? So the answer is retrogradation, because denaturation is linked with the protein, rancidity is linked with the fats and oils. So retrogradation is also known as staling of the starch, because in this the starch molecules convert from type A to type B, and the type B starch molecules has less water holding capacity, and due to this, when the starch converts to type B, there is a loss of certain amount of moisture, and due to this loss of moisture, there is a dryness in the starch. So that is known as retrogradation, and this is the major reason for the problem of staling of bread. So due to retrogradation, the breads get stale. Next question, spread ratio in biscuits is. So spread ratio is a parameter to check the quality of biscuits and cookies. So the answer is diameter to thickness. First we measure the diameter of the biscuit, and then we take the thickness, and then we find out the ratio. So it gives us a spread ratio, like how much the dough has spreaded in the oven. So higher the spread ratio, better is the quality of biscuit. So this is the relation between spread ratio and the quality of biscuits. Next question, vinegar is produced by. So we know the answer, Acetobacter aceti. The full name is Acetobacter aceti. It is the microorganism which is used to make vinegar in industries. So Acetobacter aceti converts the ethanol in wine into acetic acid. So that's how acetic acid is being produced. Next question, H ion concentration is related to, again a very easy question. We all know that H plus ion concentration is related to pH. Next question, magnetron is found in. So the magnetron are also known as cavity magnetron, and they are found in microwave. These are the reason for the heating effect of microwave. So the electron which are emitted inside the cavity interact with electric and magnetic field in the cavity, and due to this there is a high power oscillations get generated, and due to these high power oscillations the polar compounds of the food will get oscillated, and thus internal heat will be produced. So this is the basic principle of heating effect of microwave. Next question, which of the following involves reaction between amino acids and reducing sugar? So the answer is Maillard reaction. Maillard reaction is a Browning reaction, also known as non-enzymatic Browning reaction, because in this Browning reaction, the brown compounds are formed without any enzymes, but there is a reaction between carbohydrate or sugars and proteins. So due to this reaction, the end product, that is melanoidins, are formed, and these are brown color pigments. So Maillard reaction is a type of Browning reaction. Next question, enzymes are chemically. So a very easy question, answer is protein. So the chemical structure of enzymes is protein. Next question, Hodin is a protein which is present in. So Hodin is a prolamine glycoprotein, and it is present in barley and some other cereals. Next question, hops are used in the manufacture of. So the answer is beer. So what are hops? Hops are the green cone shaped flowers, and inside each cone there are tiny yellow pods. These yellow pods are known as lupulin, 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 and these lupulin are the source of bitterness, aroma and flavor in beer. So they generate the bitterness, aroma and flavor in beer. Therefore hops are having an important role in the manufacturing of beer. Next question, clear juice is called. So the answer is nectar. The here the answer has been marked wrong. The answer to this question is option B, nectar. Nectar is known as clear juice. Next question, what should be minimum percent of TSS in squash? So these type of questions are very important and repeatedly in every exam they are asked. So get through all the specifications. So for squash, the TSS is 40% and the fruit juice content is 25%. Next question, which law is the basis of refrigeration cycle? So second law of thermodynamics is the basis of refrigeration cycle, and the second law of thermodynamics says that heat naturally flows from warmer body to cooler body, and if we need the flow in a reverse direction, that is from cooler body to warmer body, we need to apply certain external work, and that is the major principle of refrigerators and the ACs, etc. Next is, in cryogenic chiller, which of the following is used? So the answer is liquid nitrogen. So cryogenic chillers are those equipments which are used for the cryopreservation of foods and vegetables. So in cryopreservation, the fruits and vegetables are preserved by cooling to a very low temperature. And for this purpose, we need certain agents. Most commonly used are solid carbon dioxide, that is also known as dry ice, and liquid nitrogen. So the temperature for liquid nitrogen in cryopreservation is minus 196 degrees Celsius. And for solid carbon dioxide, the temperature is minus 80 degrees Celsius. So keep these values in your mind, as these values can also be asked. So in this video, we are going to discuss only 25 questions. Rest of the questions I will discuss in next video, and I will come up with more such videos so that the preparations could be done more effectively. So if you like the video, please share it with your friends and like this video. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Till then, stay safe, stay healthy. Thank you.